Good morning, Sunday Assembly, Charlotte. You don't have any way of knowing it, but this is my third attempt at this video. I'm sure you can tell that my head is congested. I've been sick all this week, and so I don't feel at my best. And of course, I want to give you my best, which is my nature, but that's not the reason this is my third attempt. The reason this is my third attempt is because every time I go through this, I catch myself trying to preach. And I'm not saying that that's necessarily a bad thing. But the subject today is everybody has bad days. And I've deleted the last two videos because I don't feel like they transmit from me to you my sincerity and appreciation for the fact that everyone does have bad days. Maybe you've read our book, maybe you know our story, and you know the challenges that we faced. Everything from loss of family, loss of friends, all the way to loss of finances, loss of almost everything. Fortunately, with help probably from some of you that are sitting in the service this morning, most definitely from my friends Richard and Karen, we've been able to regroup and to recover. But it's been a lot of bad days. But it doesn't take a major life change like some of us have gone through to create those kind of bad days. Bad days are just part of the human experience. It can be everything from something as simple as the mundane existence of life and the boredom that it can generate, to depression, whether it's environmental or it's clinical, medical, that needs true attention, all the way to the true bad days, the bad days that, for a lack of better words, that you once would pray to be able to avoid. Maybe the loss of a job, the loss of a home, or even the loss of a loved one. These are all bad days. So the question is, if we all have bad days, then is there a better way to deal with it? Well, sure there is. I can't tell you that I know all the secrets, and I can't tell you that I've mastered any of them. But I do know that there was a time in my life when I was a younger man, about 30 years old, that I worked at City Hall. I was the code enforcement officer. And our council clerk, she went off to a convention, and when she came back, she brought me this little pen. It says, "No bad days." And her name is Penny Simmons. And she'll never know what a difference she made in my life that day. She brought me this pen. And it was more than just a nice gift. She handed it to me and she said, "Jerry, when I saw this, I thought of you." And the reason she did is because when I was a younger man, I had a better attitude about a lot of things. In the years to come, I would pour myself out and I would burn myself out, and bad days would find me a lot easier than what they could find me then. But I've still got the pen. And what it reminds me is that I've still got the characteristics. I've still got the personality. I've still got the strength. I've still got the resources. Now, when I feel more vulnerable to bad days, I've still got the same resources now that I had back then that impressed Penny. I can be more positive. I can have a better outlook. I can have a better attitude. So I just want to tell you what I've learned in three simple steps, and we'll take the bad day, we'll take bad, B-A-D, and break it down and remember it that way, because that's what preachers do, right? So be honest. Yeah, I had a lot of energy when I was young, and I had a very positive attitude, and I faced thousands of problems and thousands of problem people with great confidence and great energy. Um, but I wasn't always honest with myself about it, and that's what caused me to pour myself out too extensively and caused me to burn myself out too completely. So now I know I need to be honest. I need to be honest about my feelings. Be honest. There's only one you, and you deserve the respect of honesty. If you feel that way, then you feel that way. And to pretend otherwise is to be dishonest. And it probably will set you up for worse problems. Now that you've been honest, you can take action. We all have to grow up. And we've all probably grown up, and you probably already know this, and I'm not telling you anything that you don't already know, but we can do things even when we don't feel like it. How many times do you get up and you go to work even when you don't feel like it? Well, you can also smile when you don't feel like it. Just make sure you've been honest with yourself first, because it's not dishonest then once you've been in contact with your true feelings and you've expressed to yourself or to someone important to you who you can trust how you really feel about something. It's okay then. It's the real world full of real responsibilities to then take action, to go forward, to go do what it is that you're afraid of in spite of the bad day, to be brave, to pick your head up and to go forward. So that's B and that's A. By the way, that A, that action, doesn't it change things so many times? I'm just like everybody else. I love to sit around and wallow in my own self-pity, and I do. I love it. I love to just wrap up in my blanket of feeling sorry for myself and ride it out as far as I can go. But whenever I force myself to take action, then it changes things, and I'm so glad afterwards that it does. If everybody in your life is telling you to get out of the house, then you probably should get out of the house. Be honest with everybody. Be honest with yourself. Let it out of how you feel, but then take the action. And then D, delight. Delight in the things that make you happy. Delight in the things that you enjoy so much that they're actually a distraction away from the bad day. Because sometimes a bad day, brothers and sisters, is really just like nothing more than a bad plane ride. It's turbulent, it's anxiety ridden, it's uncomfortable, and every single fiber within your body wishes that it was not that way. But the reality of it is that the plane of your life is not going to crash. Your journey is going to continue. This portion of the ride is going to end, and you can just ride it out. And so you can distract yourself until the bad day turbulence passes. I wish there were secrets. I wish there were phenomenal guru sage-like secrets that I had. Maybe somebody else has it. Maybe you'll hear it today. If so, then please share it with me. But just remember, you're not alone in your experience. You're not alone. And the reason that I think I can keep this third try at this video is because I think you can feel that you're not alone. Be brave.